Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now, today's episode, we're focusing on another credit card benefit, and that's credit card return protection. So in typical fashion, we will break down what return protection is. We'll talk about how it works. We'll go through the different payment networks to kind of see the differences between each one of their policies. Of course, we'll talk about the process, come out on the other end of this so you're well prepared just in case you get a little bit of buyer's remorse on your next purchase. You're not stuck holding an item you don't want. So of course, if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. So batting lead off here, credit cards have a lot of, protections, a lot of perks just for using your card, right? And credit card return protection is one of those. So what exactly is it? How does it work? Well, I'm a big fan of when things are named exactly what they are, and return protection is exactly what it is. You use your card that has the benefit to make a purchase, and it's going to do one of two things. Number one, it can actually extend the return policy of an item. So, you might go to a store and some have really quick return policies, maybe only a few days, 2, 3 days, 30 days, whatever it may be. So it can actually extend that policy out a little bit. Or number two, if you don't have a return policy at all, final sales or all sales final or something like that, it can actually step in and create a return policy, giving you some breathing room there where you didn't ordinarily have one. Now, we'll talk about this a little bit later, but no, the credit card company isn't coming back and demanding that the store return it. Basically, it's a level kind of like insurance, if you will, where the benefits administrator, and we'll talk about that as well, is like, okay, fine, I'll take it back and give you the credit for the item, through the policy, right? So it is important to note here when we say benefits administrator, this is not necessarily a perk that, Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo are specifically offering. What this is going to be a payment network, right? A network benefit. So a lot of like the fraud protections or the return protections or the price protections, things like that, those are network benefits, meaning that Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and Discover is a payment network, but for whatever reason, they don't seem to offer any of these benefits, right? So you're really talking about those three payment networks. They end up offering this to the card issuer. So again, your Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and then those guys can either make it a part of their credit card offering altogether. They can accept those benefits. They can reject those benefits, looking at you, Citi, or they can even come over and make those benefits even better if they wanted to. So all that to say is just because you have, a Visa signature or a MasterCard World Elite doesn't necessarily mean it has this specific protection. So again, it's just going to be important to kind of double check on the issuer site. Usually they're going to say, because they'll list it out as like, hey, I'm offering you this, right? Because again, they want you to buy, not buy, but, sign up for their credit card over others, right? So usually they'll pitch it as, hey, something they're offering you, which is fine. And of course, the details will be in the card member agreement. So what we're going to do next is kind of look at some kind of examples, if you will, between the three, just so you can get a quick comparison. And we'll talk about the process on the other end. So again, what we have here, this is compliments of NerdWallet. Now, NerdWallet, they went through and they looked at all the return policies from each one of these networks. Again, Discover not listed because they're a little bit stingy when it comes to this stuff. So I'll link all three down below if you want to go into more detail for yourself. But again, this is just a general guide here. So on the top, you have MasterCard, American Express, and Visa. And then on the left going down, you have basically the category. So starting at the top, cards that are covered. So MasterCard saying, hey, all MasterCards. American Express saying select Amex cards. Of course, American Express being a payment network and issuing their own cards as well helps a little bit. Now Visa Signature, and Visa Infinite cards, there is a regular Visa tier as well. So they are excluding one of those. Now, duration from purchase. This is important because this is, from the purchase date, how long are you getting? So MasterCard giving you 60 days from that date. American Express and Visa giving you 90 days. So it doesn't last forever, but again, that's more than enough time to make up your mind, or, in case something goes wrong or what have you, you should be covered for a little bit extra time. Now, coverage, this is an important one here. So MasterCard is saying up to $250 per claim, 4 claims per 12-month period. Now, American Express up to $300 per item, so up a little bit there, up to $1,000 per year. And then Visa Signature here up to $250 per claim. And then Visa Infinite up to $300 per item, up to $1,000 per year. Now, what's covered or excluded? Now, again, they're saying, hey, there's more details down below in the documents, but realistically, they always exclude like used items, perishable goods, software is usually excluded, things purchased for resale, things like that are usually excluded from these type of benefits. Now, in addition to that, coverage for gifts. The good news is across the board, gifts are covered as long as they were purchased with an eligible card. So, someone doesn't like the gift you bought, they're not out of luck, at least, in that return date. Now, additional restrictions here. So, again, MasterCard is saying coverage is secondary. If insurance could reimburse you, you must file a claim with your insurer first. I'm not really sure how they would know you had a level of insurance. I don't even know what insurance would really cover you for that, if we're being honest. But they pointed out, so hey. American Express purchase must be made within the U.S. or U.S. territories, and then Visa signature, check with your card issuer to see if you qualify. So again, that's right there. They're saying, hey, not all Visa signature cards are going to offer this. And then Visa Infinite, there's not too many Infinite cards in circulation. I think there's like 3. Purchase must be made within the U.S. Now, those are the coverages of how it works, again, high level. Now, the overall process here, documents that you would need. Now, you're going to end up going through probably the car issuer portal, right? So you'd log into your Chase account, search for this benefit, right? But again, it's not going to be, Chase, again, isn't going to be the one kind of taking care of this. Really, you're going to end up on a landing page for what they call the benefits administrator, which is probably going to be a Visa or MasterCard landing page. You'll put in your card information. And then, what they're going to ask you for is a few documents, right? So always original purchase receipts. If you can get a copy of that, even better. It's really easy if you bought it online, of course. Now, you're going to need a copy of the card statement as well, showing the purchase happened on that credit card. They're going to want a copy of the store's return policy as well. I've also read that they would prefer to have documentation where the store actually is declining to take your item back. So that could be helpful just to show that you tried to go that route as well. And then that should be it. Now, the other thing here is that, you probably aren't going to get to keep the item because, again, you're trying to return it so to protect them from people trying to double up on it, just as filing a return claim and then, keeping the item. It's entirely possible the benefits administrator has you mail the item back to them. Now, the only thing here is you may end up being on the hook for the actual shipping of the item to them. That may end up happening, so I don't know what shipping goes for. With these prices, though, $200-$300, a claim, you're probably not buying something too big, I would assume. But again, you might be on the hook for that. So a little bit extra step in the process. So, of course, depending on the benefits administrator, they're going to come out, and walk you through it. If they approve your claim, there'll be a process that they have you follow. Again, this is just kind of the high-level process. So overall here, final thought. Again, yes, it's only $250 or $300 depending on your payment network, but it can still kind of come in handy. So you're going to be somewhat limited in what you can buy versus return, at least lean on this insurance for. But again, this can come in handy because, sometimes you might just even forget to return it and be out of the, the return policy at the store. So when you're making your purchase, right, again, you might want to pay attention. If it's something you think you're going to need potentially, then you may want to pay attention to which card you're using. Instead of going for the highest multiplier card, go for the card that offers you the best return protection. That could be something to consider as well. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this one. So, of course, if you liked it, drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, consider subscribing to the channel. Again, posting content just like this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Of course, right back here every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. Question for you guys is let me know down below if you've had any success stories using the return protection on your credit cards, or what are your favorite cards that offer this level of protection. Love to get your thoughts on that. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you very soon in the next one.